I'm going around asking founders 7 questions about their startup. Do you have a few minutes to spare for me?
Always for you, Cindy.
Awesome.
Should we go somewhere a bit more quiet?
Yeah, that would be perfect,
Okay.
actually. All right. So, first question for you, very simple. Can you tell us the name of your startup?
Yeah, absolutely. So I am a co-founder and CEO of a startup called Sifflet Data.
And in which program is Sifflet incubated at Station F?
So we've been at the Founders Program since July 2021.
And what do you do at Sifflet?
So Sifflet is a data observability company. We are creating a new category to help companies achieve more trust and reliability in their data.
And can you give us an example of an insight that Sifflet can help a customer uncover?
Of course. So in today's environment, as I'm sure you know, data is really at the center of decision making at every type of organization, every type of industry. And actually companies spend millions of dollars, if not billions, investing in big data and AI initiatives. Now, if you can start by answering a very simple question, which is, can I actually even trust the data that I'm using to drive business initiatives, to automate decision making, to drive operational analytics, etc., then really the investments in all the tools are void. And this is why we created Sifflet, because we want companies to be sure that the data they use every day to make critical business decisions is reliable and trustworthy. And actually, with regards to the insight, the type of insight that Sifflet can unlock, I can give you a real life example. So in 2016, Netflix had an outage on a Saturday evening that lasted for 40 minutes and actually caused the application to be off for 40 minutes, which is huge for Netflix, and especially a Saturday evening, which is their peak time. Now, you know, as I'm sure you can imagine, every head of every engineering team was called into action. There was a huge investigation that went around trying to get to the bottom of this problem. Later on, they found out that it was a data quality issue. Now, concretely speaking, what happened, there was a data application that was erroneously producing a high number of duplication in the data. And that application was feeding into a software service that was getting overcharged because of that high duplication rate. Now, in a world where Netflix is using Sifflet, Sifflet can actually get ahead of that problem before it causes the application to go down for 40 minutes. It would concretely speaking, send an alert to the user, say, hey, there is this data duplication problem that's going on. We think you should look into it, and here is how to solve the problem quickly before it starts impacting production.
Wow, Salma, that sounds like an incredibly powerful tool. Now, I want to take a step back and ask you, what were you doing prior to starting Sifflet?
Oh, I was in a completely different industry. So I am an engineer by training. I have an engineering degree in applied maths and statistics from a grande école in Paris. And I moved to Asia to start my career in 2015. I worked at a large US investment bank. I was in their equity sales and trading division. So I was literally, on the trading floor day in, day out. As I'm sure you can imagine, finance is an extremely data mature business, and it's a very data intensive industry. And so we were using data every minute of the day to make decisions. And that's when I started encountering data quality issues, and I started really seeing how much a lack of trust in data can become a hurdle to achieving data maturity and to getting ahead and creating differentiating edge. And actually get to a point where we would rather not use the data, even though we knew that it was going to make our lives easier and our customers' lives easier, and would help us improve our business decision making. We would rather not use it than use it knowing that we had a high chance of using the wrong data. And that's how I got inspired to start Sifflet.
Salma, sounds like you're the perfect person to build a company like Sifflet.
Oh, thank you, Cindy.
Given your engineering background and your finance background and your background with dealing with data.
That's very kind of you. Thank you.
Out of curiosity, what would you be doing if not building Sifflet?
So I've always had an entrepreneurial spirit. Having started my career in Asia, definitely I got to see how you could build things from scratch because it's still an immersion market. We were constantly speaking to new and small companies coming out of Asia, and I was really amazed by the startup ecosystem in Asia at the time and still today. So if I wasn't running or building Sifflet, I would definitely be starting another company because it got to a point in my career where my entrepreneurial bug started hitting me, and I knew that I needed to start something somewhere.
Right, entrepreneurship is in your blood.
It is for sure.
All right, last question for you, Salma. What do you think is the most important life lesson for someone to learn?
Oh, that is such a deep question. I personally love failure. And I know that sounds weird, but I feel like every time I fail, I learn something new and I uncover a new layer about myself and I gain in resilience. I've always thought that a good combination of resilience and ambition is really the recipe to success in anything in life. And resilience is a muscle. And the same way you go to the gym to build, your body muscles, as you fail and as you learn to learn from failure, you develop your resilience muscle, and I think that's such an important step in everyone's career progression or personal development. I definitely think that everybody should develop a toolkit to deal with failures and learn from them.
Well said, Salma. I feel like I need a dose of you every morning when I wake up to start
you're
my
so
day.
Kind. Thank you, Cindy.
All right, that's it for us. Thank you so much, Salma.
My pleasure.
Back to work now. Thanks. See you.
Bye-bye.